What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is your boy Catfish, and I am right here live in the Fish Bowl. Um, I don't have anything that I particularly want to showcase, anything that I want to talk about in particular. You know what I mean? Uh, Purpose for this live. It's not even for you. It's for me, right? Again, a lot of the times you have to work out the kinks and try different things and stuff like that. Uh, and what I'm doing now is I'm looking at uh, doing this from my couch as opposed to doing it from my desk. Uh, One of the issues with doing it from my couch is I'm more comfortable, uh, and I like being comfortable. You know what I mean? How you doing? How you doing? Uh, that's my good friend right there, Nicole. You know what I mean? Me and her, we go way back, and not far back enough at the same time. You know what I mean? But that's the thing is that I'm trying different things. Um, you can't see everything that I have going on in here, but of course I have a few lights. I'm looking at this now. I can tell that I need more lights. I am have my computer here. See, the issue at hand is when you don't have anyone to produce your stuff for you while you're doing it live. You have to kind of do everything, and I don't have a problem with doing everything. You know what I mean? But I have my camera here, but I have uh, I'm looking at it on the TV as well. So if you see me looking up there a lot, that's because I'm looking at the television. Um, Nicole, thank you for you know being here and watching. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're at work. No, you work the same time that I work, right? So you should be either getting ready to get off or already off. Uh, uh, Today is Halloween. Went to work last night, and I wore a costume. I dressed up as a black man, being a white man, being Freddy Krueger, and Freddy Krueger was dressed up as a 1970s disco pimp. You know what I mean? And so ultimately, that's what I was. And for those of you that are listening or watching or whatever, good morning, Letitia. How you doing? You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, that's what I did. There was a lot of people at my job that came to work and they were doing a bunch of different uh, costumes. One young lady was dressed up as Woody. Another lady was dressed up as uh, uh, a doctor. You know, and some other people came to work with the titties out. You know what I mean? And who don't love titties? I love titties. You love titties. Everybody love titties, right? Another thing that I'm experimenting with, I ordered some equipment. Uh, if I'm going to stay with this setup, uh, then I have to order some mic stands. The stands that came with the kit that I purchased. Uh, they are desk clamps, and those desk clamps won't work here because, of course, I'm not sitting at a desk. But I do feel more comfortable sitting here. I do feel more comfortable, uh, sitting here at the desk. I mean, sitting here on the couch. Um, Good morning. Good morning. You know what I mean? When the people say good morning, I just like to put the name on the screen. You know what I'm saying? And put that comment on the screen. I do like this feature. I don't know if I will continue to utilize this software uh once the free trial is up, because the free trial they're giving me is a free trial of the pro version. I wish they would just give me a free trial of the free version. That way I can know exactly what I'm going to be getting into because, ultimately, I don't want to spend money yet on doing these things. I don't want to spend money on being able to do these things. But what I do enjoy is the simple fact that uh, this stream is going live on both YouTube and going live on Facebook. You know what I mean? And so as I'm looking at things, I can see that, I can see where people are watching. I can see where they are posting from. You know, and it's very interesting. Now, one thing that I do, Nicole just asked a wonderful question. I put the question right here on the screen. She said, "When will you have your first guest?" The interesting part is, as I work out the kinks, I do have a lot of people that want to come and want to sit down on the couch or sit at the desk. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to be more comfortable for them. Uh, and it's just a matter of time before I do make that happen. Um, Technically, uh, my daughter, we did a test run on the pilot, if you want to call it that. We did a test run, and she was here, and she had her microphone, I had mine. That was cool. And then one thing that I do like about this platform uh, is, at least with this version, I can send you a link. Uh, I can send you a link, and you can just go, you know, go through the link or whatever, and then you can join me on the live. You know what I mean? You can join me on as a guest right there from your couch, from your house. You know, and that's and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But, ultimately, this is just something that I enjoy doing. If going viral, if that happens, great. You know what I mean? But if I'm able to sit here and converse with the handful of folks that always be on my stuff, then, I'm fine. Uh, but I was having a conversation with my daughter yesterday, and we were talking about the different types of things that we could talk about on the show, that I could talk about, because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, she ain't old enough for it. You know what I mean? But one of the things I told her is that there are things that I won't talk about. I don't want to be pigeonholed into one specific type of podcast or one specific type of topic. But there are some things that I know I'm going to shy away from. And it's not that I am afraid to tackle some of these things, but um, there's enough stuff on the internet that puts a divide between men and women, specifically between black men and black women. If there's anything that comes across my whatever that could potentially draw a wedge between black men and black women, I don't want no part of that. I don't. Fuck that shit. You know, yeah, I don't want no parts of that. Uh, Additionally, in terms of relationship advice, you know, I ain't the motherfucker for that. You know what I mean? Because everybody has relationship problems. Everybody could look from the outside looking in, they would think that, you know, people's relationships are perfect, whatever, whatever, whatever. Everybody got problems. Everybody got stuff that they dealing with. And I would touch on stuff like that, but I'm not going to dive too deep into that. I won't, because at some point you realize you're just regurgitating a whole lot of shit that other people have said before, things like that. So it is what it is. But again, uh, I I I will I will touch on some stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot to take your name off the screen. You hear me? Uh, for the one or two people that are watching, you know what I mean? If you're watching me on Facebook, why don't you go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel? You know what I'm saying? Go to TikTok and follow me. Go to Twitter and follow me. You know what I mean? Because hell, part of Nicole made mention of it. Part of the whole ideology of going viral and things of that nature is, being able to, number one, get your followers up and, da 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 da. You know what I mean? And so that's one way you can help me. Just subscribe. Let me get more than 7 followers. I know I got more than seven. Probably got like 12. But that's besides the point. You know what I mean? Um, again, I don't have anything that I want to talk about in particular. I do like the way that this looks. Um, and I want my Eagles logo to be up there, but that looks weird from that angle. So, I just come down here like this. Um, what I do have, I can, you know, share since I'm here and I don't have nothing to do. You know what I mean? Is I can go through uh the intro song that plays is a song that I myself actually produced. A lot of the times when you are doing stuff on Facebook and YouTube, you got to be real careful with the music that you use because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where uh your content gets flagged or whatever. And so I have a bunch of songs that I produced, and I didn't necessarily want to use the song that I was using now, but it kind of fit. So, um, what I'll do is just play a little bit of it for you, and just let you listen to the song, so you can get used to hearing this uh, every time you see me come on here. Um, yeah. So this. I actually made this. Oh my God, years ago, years and years and years ago. But I hadn't done anything with the song. Uh, I hadn't done anything with the song, and so I said, well, let me go ahead and use this. Right. Um, being creative is something that I thoroughly enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Whether it's creating music, whether it's writing, whether it is playing music, uh, I enjoy the process, if you will, of opening your mind and allowing absolutely just to be able to make something out of nothing is awesome to me. You know what I mean? And so I thoroughly enjoy doing stuff like that. That's enough of that. Let's turn that off. Right. I got a bunch of other songs that I have done. Uh but yeah, it is what it is. Um and I also realized that part of the problem for me is being able to pick a right day and time to be able to do these things. And so a lot of people, it is 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. I know that a lot of people are at work or they're just, doing stuff that normal people do in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, right? But, you know, because I work overnight, this is my prime time to do stuff. So maybe I should, on one hand, tells me to record the shows and then put them out, but I won't be able to get that feedback like I enjoy getting now, uh, or that I should be getting, during regular time. But um, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing stuff on Thursdays, and I just need to figure out what time of the day I need to go live and have my guests show up and actually shoot the show. What time should I do it? And once I figure that out, once I get the science of that down, then everything is going to make sense, and everything is going to kind of have a good flow, because once I do get into it and I get serious about it, I want to make sure that I'm doing things on a consistent basis, right? Consistency is key. You know what I mean? And ultimately, I have to understand that if you are going to take time to sit here and figure out what time I'm going to be on, and I have to make sure that I deliver from the expectations that I created, if that makes sense, right? Uh, but a lot of times, a lot of shit people do don't make sense. You know, it is what it is, right? Again, a lot of this stuff that I am doing is more so for me for today, right? More so for me for today, right? And yeah, and there's a lot of things that because I I am in a lot of circles of people. And so a lot of people have come to me with suggestions about things that I should talk about. And some of the things that the people want me to talk about are interesting, to say the least. Uh, I also find that uh, to try to get on some of the things that are trendy is absolutely something that is worth doing, but because it's trendy doesn't necessarily mean that it is substantial. And I want to do something that is a bit substantial. You know what I mean? But I digress. Uh, Again, this is just a test. I'm gonna go back and watch this and look for any nuances that I don't like from a visual standpoint. I don't care about my clothes right now. I'm looking at my ambiance. I'm looking at everything. This wall I painted myself. You know what I mean? And I may decide to just move everything from here over to my photography studio and just put a backdrop up, and I may decide to do that. Um, who knows what I decide to do? Who knows, right? But I know that uh, once I do get up and running on a consistent basis, and I start having my guests come through and all of this, or have my guests invite my guests to uh, participate in this show, this, that, and the third. Uh, it's going to be something that's going to be worthwhile. You know what I mean? It's definitely going to be something that's going to be worthwhile. So yeah, other than that, I don't want to waste too much of your time because again, I had uh no specific topic, nothing to talk about. I was just testing things out from an aesthetic standpoint. Um, and again, I'm gonna go back and watch this shit, figure this shit out. But once I figure it out, you gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out, and we gonna make it happen. All right. Yeah. So that's it. We done. We are. We are